Hello everyone and welcome to the Footballbets4u podcast, episode number 16 of season 3. We have a full house tonight, so we'll bring the lads in straight away, no fucking around. Water, can we get longer than 5 minutes, Elliot?
Let's hope. The internet is strong right now, but we'll see.
We have Connor.
Hello.
We have Lawler.
How's it going?
And we have the return of Melon.
Justice for Frank.
That makes me fucking sick. That is disgusting.
Oh, that's unreal.
Justice for Frank.
That is disgusting behaviour.
You look like you're
I
going
didn't think you were going to add it.
That is. Did you know about that? That is fucking disgraceful. I'll fucking kick you out of this. Right, lads, we're looking at the Premier League matches.
Please tell me he has blue. Do you have blue tack with you, do you?
Have it all, Connor. Have it all.
Here's what I made earlier.
Here, just stop.
Stop crying, Frank. Hard.
Hold on a second here.
For the listeners, Collie, what are we looking at?
That's disgusting behaviour. Right, we're looking at the lads. You're fucking throwing me off now. We're looking at the Premier League matches for the weekend. We're giving away a free jersey for the competition that we've done. We've got Melon's Moan, possibly by Melon. I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
We've got Connor's Crypto Corner, which has been going wild today. Connor's got some updates for that, and then we're going into the tips and the bets, lads. So, good bit to get covered. We're going to try to keep this one under an hour tonight, lads.
Good.
Standard.
3 minutes in, we've not done anything yet.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually started 35 minutes ago, but we're actually only streaming now.
Disgraceful behaviour. Right, lads, we're going on to the first match, Everton versus Newcastle, and let me just get the odds up on the screen. Boom. So, Saturday, 12:30, Everton 4-9, 16-5 for the draw, and 6-1 for Newcastle. Everton with the 1-1 draw against Leicester. I said 2-2 draw. You all doubt me. I said
You're wrong.
Score. Well, look, I said draw. Fuck off. I said Tielemans to score as well, and he scored. Lads, Calvert-Lewin's on a bit of dip. Hasn't scored in the last 4 games. James obviously getting the goal. Connor, what do you reckon on this one here? Do you reckon 4-9? Would you throw them in? Newcastle obviously not in great form, so 4-9. How's that tickle your fancy?
Not really. It's an early game on a Saturday. I don't think Newcastle are going to win or get anything out of the game, but it still would be thrown in anyway.
Yeah.
If it was closer to even money, maybe for Everton, but I still think it's going to be comfortable. It's going to be an Everton win. Just doesn't. There's some better prizes out there this weekend than to throw this in and already have your bet gone by fucking 2 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's probably what I've done on all my bets. What do you reckon?
I haven't watched anything really at Newcastle, but they're not. Well, they're definitely not blowing anyone out of the water. They're doing fucking shy.
Yeah.
By the looks of the league table. Everton had a good result against Leicester. They haven't had the best of form. I know we gave a bit of stick about them that they hadn't had really good form, and then they were like unbeaten in their last 6 games.
Yeah.
But Leicester was a proper test for them, and they came out the other side of it. Hamas getting back on the scoring sheet as well was a nice return because he's been quiet of late. I think he was injured as well.
Yeah.
So
getting a booking as well. Getting a booking the old fiery Colombian. Bit of
bite in him.
Yeah. Lala, what you reckon on this? And the same thing. Think Everton too strong for Newcastle here.
Yeah, I think Newcastle are really struggling at the minute. And I can't see it going any other way. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Everton have not exactly been high-flying, but I think they will nick it.
Just a quick one. Steve Bruce to be sacked.
Has a big fat head.
He has a big, massive fat head. But he's 4-6 to be sacked, so he's the favourite to be sacked next. Sorry.
Well, now that Frank's gone. Anyway,
This is how this is going to go for the whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Melon, what do you reckon here?
Yeah, I'm with Everton as well. Like, as much as I hate to say it, Everton win their next 2 games, they're joint top of the table.
They're probably the best team in Liverpool this year.
Tranmere.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Accurate in their flying.
But yeah, Ancelotti's doing some job with them, in fairness.
Yeah, I'm just looking at like the dip in Newcastle's form. Like they still have 19 points. I think they're six points away from relegation. Do you reckon there's any threat of them going down if they hold on to Bruce? Man, what do you reckon? Do you reckon like they need to get rid of him?
Yeah, well, he's not doing anything for them. I don't know. Newcastle are not a great team. They don't have a great side. No great players. No standout players really. It's more than Bruce really. Doesn't matter if they get another manager in. I see them being in trouble come towards the end of the season.
Fair enough. Connor, you same thing. You think Bruce should he stay or should he be sacked or what do you think? Like,
We said this last week or the week before. It was a case of if they get rid of Steve Bruce, who else comes in? I don't think anyone else wants a Newcastle job, particularly. I know Benitez is looking for a job back in the Premiership again. I think he was more hoping that he was going to get back to Chelsea as opposed to go back to Newcastle.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody fancies a job. There'd be a better chance of them getting somebody who might bring them back up, a Neil Warnock or something if they were to go down. But no, I don't think
probably do a decent job though getting them back up. No, in fairness, like.
The only thing about if Bruce is going to get them back up, that means he has to get them relegated first. And if you get a team like that relegated, you don't usually survive.
That's the thing. So that's why they have to kind of make it. I think they need to make a decision. Well, maybe they probably have another 3 or 4 weeks left there before it starts getting really dodgy. Kind of depends on how West Brom and Fulham and stuff.
There's no one free. There's no one free who's able to manage the Premier League. Frank Lampard is going to go to Scotland because he doesn't deserve to be in the Premier League.
That's a fucking travesty what you're saying there. Fucking hell.
It's fact.
Absolutely disgusting. So lads, we'll move on from this one. Score predictions for
2-0 Everton. First goal scorer is going to be Calvert-Lewin. Get back on the horse.
Ooh. Connor?
1-0 Everton, James Rodriguez.
Lotta?
I'm going to say 1-0 Everton. Michael Keane from set piece.
Hello. No.
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 Everton and James again this week.
Nice. I'm gonna say 3-1 to Everton, and I'm gonna go with another Tielemans goal because I said him last week. He scored. So
He can play for Leicester.
Did he just sign?
Calvert-Lewin. I gotta go with Calvert-Lewin because he hasn't scored. That's what
one player.
It's circled and everything. Look, it's circled. And I'm still
one player who doesn't even play for them.
It was like Lala last week where who was it? Who did you say? The Leeds are going to win 4-2 and Newcastle win or something like that?
Oh yeah. I corrected myself.
No, that's fine. Yeah,
Didn't even recognise Tielemans didn't play. Newcastle got for Eddie Howe.
What? Oh,
Just
not bad show.
leave it at that. But
It's not a bad show. We'll leave it at that and we move on. Lads, next game is on the screen there. Is it?
He's making a mess of this.
There we go.
He's all flustered now.
We have Palace and Wolves.
fuck, what a game!
This is going to be a fucking showstopper. Lads, 9-5 for Palace, 21-10 for the draw, and 13-8 for Wolves, who are probably one of the best teams in the league. Lawler, what do you reckon here?
Neither team are on great form at the minute, are they really?
No, definitely not.
I'd like to see Wolves get back on the horse, but I can see
Wolves
it.
don't ride horses.
Shocking. I think I'm going to go with a draw. I think it could be a draw, be a tight game. But I'm going to go with a draw, yeah.
Right. Connor, what do you reckon?
Yeah, kind of like well, all I said except for the Wolves riding horses bit. I can't see it being too major. It's going to be a low scoring affair, I think. Anyway, Wolves against Chelsea during the week just epitomised two bad sides and two sides who were struggling for goals. And then Palace off the back of what's that now? 2 losses in a row, and they have a 1 in 10, I think.
Mm.
Another low scoring game, but I do like the price of Wolves. It's definitely want to be thrown into one of those higher fold, 7-8 fold accumulators just for value. Not what I'd be right on banker wise, but I think that's a great price for a team like Wolves who can turn it on when they have to.
Yeah, what do you reckon? Do you sign yourself? Think Wolves probably a bit too much for them here, or do you reckon Palace?
Yeah, I think so. I think Wolves probably are a bit good that they didn't beat Chelsea the other night. I'd say they dropped points. Vulnerable team, Chelsea, with this fucking nobody coming in to take over.
Can't even. I'll save myself for the Chelsea match until I actually get given the floor, and then I'll talk about it.
Yeah, your post was very emotional. Now it brought a tear to my eye, but
I was crying.
Yeah, but going to Wolves, I think they're going to be too much. I think it'll be 2-1 Wolves.
Nice. Mel, we'll come back to you on that war and get scored off in a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna go nil all draw. Wolves, I think, are missing Jimenez up top massively.
Yeah.
Don't think they're the same team at all without him.
They're optimistic he's coming back this season.
They'd be doing well to get him back after that injury.
He's doing very well.
Palace, I think, rely too much on Zaha as well, and he's the type of player that he shows up every now and then.
He's not consistent enough. That's the whole thing stopping him being world class. I think, because he has all the talent in the world, but doing it week in, week out, I think is this massive problem.
Yeah, he doesn't do it. He doesn't perform every week. But yeah, two per teams at the minute, so nil all draw for me.
Lawler, if you were starting the forward or front for Palace, spent between Benteke and Batshuayi, who are you going with? Batshuayi scored in his last game there.
Batshuayi is more likely to score goals. I think Benteke.
Yeah.
He hasn't hit any sort of run of form since he really left Villa.
Liverpool.
Yeah, Villa. He wasn't even that great. He didn't really go on any good runs on Liverpool, did he?
Oh, I couldn't get
scored that one overhead kick against United. That was about it.
United still won that game as well.
I do think he offers other things in his link-up play, and just fucking giving the defender something to think about. But yeah, Batshuayi with Zaha as well. Like Graham said, he's just too inconsistent. Surprised he didn't fit in with United with this level of inconsistency.
Nice there, that was good.
Yeah, but
who's Graham?
Oh, Melon.
What are you talking to yourself?
Yeah, don't know.
Connor, what do you reckon then? Would you be the same thing? You'd be hit and miss between either one of them. Like fucking, you could pick either or. Like,
yeah, it's a bit of a crapshoot, all right. I still think Wolves have enough to overcome Palace, like I said. But I said I'd be going low score and have Wolves in those 7, 8, 9 fold accumulators for the value of them. I don't think you'd get Wolves against any of the lower teams in the league at that price. I know it's away from home, but we've seen the season away from home doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But definitely it hasn't made the banker 3 or 4 fold for the week anyway. Definitely.
Not no. Lads, we'll go on the score predictions then. So Connor, give us a score prediction and a goal score for this, and then we'll go on to the next one.
I'll go 1-0 Wolves, and I'll go with Pedro Neto.
Oh, nice, yeah. It's hard to actually believe he's only 20 years.
I knew he's only a young fella. I didn't know he was that young. Fucking hell.
Yeah, 20 years of age, yeah.
We're just old fellas now, that's all.
Yeah, that's true.
I get it, and you're like, oh yeah, he's playing with Real Madrid, and he was born in 2001. Like 2001?
2001, shocking. Oh, it makes me sick. What do you reckon? Score was here.
I think I said 2-1 Wolves, and then for first goal scorer we'll go Fabio Silva outside the box.
Interesting.
With a header.
Lawler.
I'm gonna go 1-1 draw.
Very nice.
Adama Traore.
Oh yeah, beast. Melon.
0-0.
Oh yeah, sorry, you said that already.
Goal scorer.
Gotcha. Is there going to be a VAR real offside there, or no? I'm going to go with a 2-1. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go 1-0. I'm actually going to stick with Lauder here. I was going to go 2-1 to Palace. I'm going to stick with Lauder. I'm going to say 1-0, and I'm going to go with Podence to score.
Pedant.
Oh, you got to say Podence. Right, lads, we'll move on to the next one. The next one is Man City and Sheffield United. That was a bit more fluent. Have a look at these odds. They're absolutely disgusting. 1-10 for City, 8-1 for the draw, and 22-1 for Sheffield United.
Good side, Sheffield United. I'll be getting me money in this.
Lads,
Wrong.
1-0 Liverpool.
Yes.
1-0 Liverpool.
I don't know why I'm turning around. I know what the moment's on.
It could be offside or a handball here from Manny. Sorry, go on.
Could be fucking anything. Lads, I did say last week when City were playing against West Brom that Big Sam's teams don't get spanked and they don't get beaten by big scorelines. They lost 5-0.
I got spanked.
Absolutely spanked. So, lads, what do you reckon on this one? Sheffield obviously coming off an unbelievable win against Man United. We'll talk more about the United side of it when we get to United's fixture. But how do you see them going against City? I think City are going to be way too confident in this one for Sheffield. Yeah, Mel, what do you reckon on this one?
Yeah, United were just poor yesterday. Nobody really performed for them, and it was just a freak performance from Sheffield United, who have been terrible all season.
Yeah, they haven't been great.
They held on towards the end. United were piling on the pressure, but it's going to be a different game against City. Like City at home as well, and City are flying.
Yeah,
I could see City maybe bagging 3 or 4.
Yeah, easily. A lot of the same team.
Yeah, I agree. To be fair to Sheffield United, I thought they defended well. Phil Jagielka will be walking like John Wayne for the next 2 weeks.
Some game.
He was unbelievable. 38-year-old. Remember when Neil Warnock was the manager of Sheffield United? Phil Jagielka actually was the sub goalkeeper. They never kept a sub goalkeeper because he'd jump in.
I remember that. Yeah.
He was savage. And to be fair, they couldn't even fill a bench against United, but they dug in deep as a team, got the result. But I can see City absolutely cruising this one. I'm going to hope.
Yeah, Connor.
Yeah, Sheffield United, absolutely pub team. Who have done it's like a cup upset against United last night. It was bizarre. It won't happen ever again. City are going to absolutely maul them. I'm they're going to have a 5-er on Sheffield United to win a 22-1. Yeah.
What do you reckon? Same thing.
Yeah, I can't argue with Connor's maths there. That's a good one to do. But no, City play completely different to United. They know how to play in between the lines, and even if Sheffield just sit deep like they did against United, City will find a way. United haven't got that solution yet, whereas City are a totally different level. So I can see City winning this easy, about 3 or 4-0.
Yeah, a weird one about City is they seem to whoever plays through the centre. They obviously have Aguero and Jesus not available, but whoever seems to play in the centre attacking role always scores and always is involved. Like the likes of De Bruyne there, playing in the centre, he was unbelievable. He ran the show from centre forward, which is weird. I know he's dropping deep and stuff, but he still ran the show. Mahrez then plays through the centre as a striker and scores. So you have to look at just for instance, just say the likes of Chelsea there who are really struggling to score and through the centre. Surely the majority of that is coming from the players around them. It's got to be the attacking wingers that are kind of the bigger influence there, rather than the actual centre forward themselves. Do you reckon there's any way of stopping? If you stop the 2 wingers, do you stop City scoring, or do you still think that them centre mids or them centre forwards are always going to get them chances? There has to be a way of stopping them. But how do you do it? Do you completely try a brand new formation against them, or do you just fucking otherwise they're going to just kind of roll you over? Kind of what you think? Do you think there's any Go on, Warren. Yeah, go on.
No, I guess you just have to think like City were at this level before when like them and Liverpool were going for the league and they beat Liverpool to the league by whatever was it, like 2 points or a point. And like they were on fire that season. Then the next season, it's between a mixture of teams figuring out a way to play against them and then a dip in form.
Yeah.
Like when City weren't just firing all cylinders, people were getting in their face. But right now, the form just seems to be with them. The confidence is high. And that's such a big thing for them. Like once they get going, they're in that 4th or 5th gear straight away and passing it around. Like I remember watching them against United in the FA Cup. And in the first 2 minutes, they zipped the ball, and I was like, "Oh fuck, City are back."
I thought United were going to win that match, and then after like you were saying there, after 1 or 2 minutes, I said to fucking hell, City are class. They're not actually losing this game. You say it straight away. Connor, what do you reckon on this one? Like what I'm just saying there, do you reckon if you stop the two wingers, you stop City's threat? Like,
I just think there's so many different options and it can change. When when you think he doesn't play Foden all the time, he has the luxury to be able to chop and change these players all the time. I don't see anyone stopping them at the minute. Certainly in Sheffield United, they'll put five at the back and the 3 centre halves, but they won't be able to keep up with them for 90 minutes and they'll be run ragged.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right, lads, we'll move on from this and we'll get to our predictions. So, Melon, what do you reckon on this one?
I'll go 3-0 City. And who will I go? Foden.
Take your pick. Lala?
I'm going to go 5-0 City.
5-0? Jesus.
Yeah. Take your pick a scorer.
You take a pick.
Your turn.
I'll go De Bruyne anyway.
All right. Connor.
Good luck, he's out injured, isn't he?
Oh, balls, is he? He is out.
You didn't even know that. How embarrassing for you.
Yeah, fuck you and your Mikel Antonio. Out of bollocks.
Sorry. It could have been worse. I could have said Bruno Fernandes was going to fucking score. Philly Foden. Your man gone dogging.
Gone
dogging. What were you laughing? Graham, Philly Foden and Mark Wright all playing 5-a-side and then dogging afterwards. 4-0 City, Mahrez.
Nice. What?
3-0 City, gonna go with Sterling.
Nice. I'm gonna say 4-1 to Man City, and I'm gonna go with a John Stones header. That's what I'm going with. Lads, next one. Arsenal versus Manchester United. 9-5 for Arsenal, 5-2 for the draw, and 7-5 for United. Just a quick one on Arsenal. In good form. 9-5 for me is actually a pretty decent price here to beat United, who have obviously thrown it away against Sheffield United, but I think they might feel something after that. Lawler and Water, I want your opinions first. What happened yesterday? Water, we'll start with you. What the fuck happened?
What the fuck happened was that United were fucking United, and a lot of United fans got a reality check about how fucking bad we are.
Yeah, you've been saying it for a while though, haven't you? Like when your luck's out, it's out. Like.
Yeah, I had said like we were riding our luck so much over the last few games, and you could see literally when we run out of the last few games have been teams away from home, higher up in the league that are going to come out and attack against us. Whereas like these are just going to be fucking. I have no idea what Graham is sniggering at. He's having a fucking frog in his throat there.
He's laughing because he's out there writing in the chat there between all of us. He goes, Connie sounds like one of those lads review a pizza takeaway when he gives the scorecast, and that's review. All right, Frankie. Is that the fella you're talking about? I know what you're talking about. He's class.
He's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 1-all. No, a 2-1.
That's a review. Sorry, Walker. Keep going there. Keep going.
It's all right. It's all right. That was well worth interrupting. Great show.
Yeah. So, so go on.
No, because they've been playing teams fire up the league.
That's classic.
And them teams are going to come out and start to play against United, and then that suits United in terms of counter-attacking. Whereas when you play the bottom of the league, they're going to shut up shop and literally do that. And that's what they did. United played, I think team selection was wrong. Like they played Martial and Rashford, who look for runs in behind. And you're not going to get a run in behind when the back five are sitting on the 18-yard box.
Yeah.
And then he didn't start Cavani. I thought he probably should have went with players that could probably play through the line. So like Mata and Van de Beek, they would have been a perfect solution there. But he decided not to bring them on until the 82nd minute, which is another.
Yeah, that's why when they weren't getting the results, I was always questioning whether he was a good manager or was right for the job, because them type of decisions where like he's not making a sub and the people that he's throwing on, like bringing on Shaw. Like in fairness, there was one thing I was looking at yesterday in that match, and I was thinking to myself, United's squad depth in terms of like they have a really good starting 11, but they've got maybe one or two that you can possibly bring on. But I think they do lack a bit of depth. Is there anybody that's injured that I'm missing out on? Because all they seem to have there was James Mata, and then he brought on Shaw. So like I didn't see really anyone else being too much of an option there. Like.
No, I think he took off the wrong players as well. Like you have, it's not in terms of playing the same way and increasing the quality off the bench. He could have changed the way the team were playing by making substitutes. Like the way we were playing wasn't working.
Yeah.
Like he was playing a team that were going to go for a counter attack and catch them on the break. But yeah, they didn't leave their 18-yard line. So what was the point of having players that are just going to run in behind and not track back? Yeah, like there's the video of Martial for the second goal. For a good 20 seconds, he's literally standing in the one spot looking at the player who scores the goal. And Pogba is the exact same. Pogba can see him the whole time after the first shot is taken and does not take one step towards him. And it's only Fernandez that makes a 15-yard dart back to try and get him. You know?
Yeah, just a quick one. Just a couple of comments on Facebook there. So, HH1888. Sorry, 1888. Obviously, Celtic fan. He says he reckons 4-0 City in the last game, and then he reckons 2-1 to United with Bruno to score.
I'm surprised he's out here and he's not hiding under a duvet somewhere with the way fucking Celtic are going this year.
Yeah, no. Fair play.
Terrified.
No, fair play. We have the loudmouth show as well, just saying Henderson needs to play ahead. The midline needs more energy, more mobility. Genie was taking time to pass, literally needs to be quicker. Laura, what do you reckon? So what do you reckon is your major issue there?
Well, I agree with Kieran in the sense. I agree with Water in the sense that. Fucking hell. I agree with Water in the sense that the team selection was wrong. I like Rashford and Martial were absolutely useless. They weren't looking for runs in behind. They were looking for a seat on the bench. They were absolutely shocking. They should have been whipped off after 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Martial,
that's what I'm saying about the squad. Yeah. Who do you take them off and who do you even put on?
I think that the game that it was, Sheffield United played 5 at the back, so they had 3 centre halves, and you're playing 3 forwards. The 2 wingers are occupying the 2 wide players, and then you've got 3 centre halves picking up one central striker. It would have been a better game for maybe playing the diamond in midfield, with kind of Pogba playing on that left hand side and having 2 focal strikers, and then bombing up the wings. Wan-Bissaka is not going to. He can't cross his T's.
He gets a nosebleed up there.
Yeah, he's another thing as well. In terms of squad depth, look, we've got players there. I think we need a wide right hand side player and a centre forward. Martial is just not good enough. He has 1 good season, then he'll have 2 shite seasons. And I'd like to come out and say as well, like the stuff that happened with himself and Tuanzebe, just bang out of order. Like he's not going to play any better, getting abused by his own fans. And like a lot of lads came out and supported that today. He's not playing good enough. Rashford's too busy packing beans into bags. He's going those way. Like I don't know. And like what well, Ollie just doesn't make the changes quick enough.
Yeah,
like it's not.
That's one of the big things I think.
We were
so
talking
frustrating.
to yesterday.
So
Make a
frustrating.
change, make a change, make a change. Cavani was staring at him the whole time while he was warming up for about 15 minutes. He should have came on a lot earlier. And I do think we should have changed the formation at half-time to have those two focus strikers to occupy the three centre-halves.
Yeah. And do you think now this will have like kind of a knock-on effect? Like, do you think that like going into Arsenal's not like, let's be honest, Arsenal aren't the team they used to be, like, but they're pulling out a few results lately and they're hitting a bit of form. So, do you think this might affect them going into that game, or do you reckon they'll just forget about it? And like you're saying, you know, it seemed like Ollie had brought back that mentality and that kind of culture or whatever at the club that like if they're made of real stuff, they'll be able to forget it, move on, and kind of recover from it. But do you think this is obviously a big game? Do you think they'll be able to get now this one? Like,
I think there'll be a reaction. There'll be a good reaction. Like, you could even see Ollie at the end of the game. He was furious with the team. And I think he'll revert back to Cavani getting the start, change up that lineup. But Arsenal are going to be difficult. It's not going to be an easy game. The fact that they're playing Manchester United, they're going to be up for it. Saka's playing very well. Yeah. Since Ozil has left, I think Arteta's got a bit of life into Arsenal again. Yeah. But I do think
Ozil only left 3 days ago officially. He hasn't played since then, you know.
He was on a plane.
Blaming Ozil for Arsenal being bad.
They're getting a little bit better recently, right? But sure, look.
Yeah, Conor, what do you reckon here? Like, do you reckon this is going to be a long-term thing for United? Like this stupid result that they're getting now. Do you reckon this will have a bit of an effect on them, or do you think they'll recover from it?
I just love the way that when it go on, whatever it was, a 12-game unbeaten run, the lads had nothing bad to say about Ollie if he didn't make changes. Doesn't play Cavani against Liverpool, they beat Liverpool, it's all okay. Don't beat Sheffield United all of a sudden. It's the changes, the lineup, the formation. It's everything like that. The players aren't good enough. If they win the league, they're the worst one.
We're talking about one. I never said
ever win the league.
We're talking about one specific game. We're talking about one game.
Well, hang on. I said the other 12 games that he won. There was never a mention of Ollie playing the wrong team. He hasn't played Cavani in every game.
Because if they won Sheffield United, you wouldn't have said they'd played the wrong team. He lost the
game.
Beat
Sheffield United. Not won. Not win a team.
They would have. Right? They didn't. Okay?
You're on your first
one. No one wins 5-0 and
say, you're going for a time.
No one wins 5-0. You say, not that we were winning 5-0 anyway, but no one says that.
Why can't it come down to just the players? Why does it have to be the manager?
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Joe, it's 100% fair, Conor, and I completely agree with you. It's not the fucking manager's fault, right? It's the fucking players' fault, right? When something like this happens,
that team is good enough to beat Liverpool. It's good enough to beat Spurs. It's good enough to put results up against the last 10 teams. Doesn't beat the bottom of the league, and all of a sudden it's the manager's fault.
I know you're trying to get me to buy. I never.
No, I did get you to buy.
I'm gonna finish this. I started this, I will finish it.
United are still going to win the league. That's what he's going to say.
Ollie probably picked the wrong team, but the players that he put out there, regardless, should have fucking won against the bottom of the table team who have 5 points on the board, regardless. But you've got Martial and Rashford didn't turn up, okay, at all. The only two players that were running around actually wanting to get something out of that game, Fernandes and Cavani. And Fernandes played poor, but at least he had a bit of life about him. When he was losing the ball, he was chasing to get it back.
You could put your mate Mo Farah out there if that's all you wanted, so he's going to run around.
I know I could. And he probably would have done better than fucking Pogba or Martial or Rashford, because neither of them ran.
Yeah. It is fair. Matt, what do you reckon here? Do you reckon this is going to have long term, or do you reckon this is just... Do you reckon it's going to...
Sorry, just 1 second. Trent scored 2-0.
2-0 to
Get in there. Get in there.
Trent, never doubted him. That's right back in the world.
Liverpool in class.
Oh, Trent is the best right back in the world. Oh.
Trent is shy. You said that last week.
Trent is shy.
Madeline, I want to get your opinion. Conor abused Trent last week for having a shite year. And he's just had to score there.
Having a shite for this season,
Yeah,
he's played per the last few games, but he's
scoring up.
don't think he's been shy. The whole team. You can say that
scores a goal.
Say it about the whole team. They've all played shy. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But anyway, just going back to United. They've lost one game. It happens every season. There's a fucking mad result, and it's just happened to United this time. They'll go out and beat Arsenal whenever it is on Saturday, and everybody will be like, "Oh yeah, we're right behind City. We're on City's tails again." Like, it's one game.
This time last year, Liverpool got beaten by Watford.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Like, whatever about the game last year, like Liverpool had the league kind of sewn up or whatever. But United
you were saying that at the time.
Yeah, you didn't say that last year.
I always knew it.
Hold on a minute. That is disgusting behavior.
We're talking about United here anyway. But listen, United don't have great squad depth. If you compare them to City, compare them to, I don't know, even Chelsea, they don't have a good squad depth. It's a touchy subject, Chelsea and Collie. But listen, they've probably got, if Solskjaer played the right team with Van de Beek and that in the team, they've probably got one of the best starting 11s there is.
Come on, Spurs!
2-1, fuck's sake.
Go on.
But it was a freak result yesterday. I think United will go out and they'll beat Arsenal.
Alan Hutton is still touching Trent's goal. I haven't even mentioned
He's an absolute cabbage. He's an absolute cabbage. Yeah, man, I'm sorry about it.
You just have to fucking get over this result, and they will. They'll come back and they'll be gunning for Arsenal. Probably beat them. Arsenal are not. Arsenal aren't a great side against United. They never really are. Let's be honest. Like,
so the last 6 games for Arsenal, they've won 5 and they've drawn 1. The one draw was against Palace. So they're going in serious form. Another person I want to ask you about, Odegaard going to Arsenal. Where the fuck was he for the last fucking 6 years? He was 16 and he was signing for Real Madrid. All of a sudden he's 22 and he's signing for Arsenal. He was on.
He had to go back to Norway to make his confirmation.
He had a great season last year with Sociedad. And that's going to put him back on the map.
And was he with Vitesse as well? Am I right in saying that?
No, where did he go?
I think he went to one of them Dutch teams. But what do you reckon? How do you reckon he'll sit in this team? Like, do you reckon he'll be starting, or do you reckon could be just one to like kind of use off the bench? Like,
if you're going to compare him to what was there in Ozil, he's probably going to have a bit more work rate. But he's probably he's not as gifted as Ozil in terms of technical ability. Ozil doesn't track back. He doesn't fight for the team. But when he gets on the ball, he makes things happen.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You've got a younger player in Odegaard who's gonna track back for you, but I would probably prefer to have Ozil in my team.
Yeah, 100%. Lawler, is there anything you want to cover on United? Because we're going to move off this because we're 40 minutes in nearly already.
I think I've said enough. I'm not blaming Ole. It's the team are inconsistent. I do think that maybe the team selection was wrong, but regardless, he's been able to beat Sheffield.
Who picks the team?
Ollie picks the team.
He does, but he still should have been. They still should have been able to beat a team like Sheffield United. Yeah, and that's just the way the players need to step. It's one game. It's a blip. I think they'll get over it, and I think it'll be 2-0 against Arsenal.
Oh, well, he scores.
He's like a politician, isn't he, Collie?
Yeah, he was last week.
You know what?
Completely.
United game against Sheffield.
Say again.
Do you know what we can say about United's game about Sheffield? There's only one noise to describe it.
What score prediction are you giving me on that one?
I'm going to go 2-2 with Bruno Fernandes penalty in the last 10 minutes.
Nice. Connor?
I think 2-2.
Yeah.
2-0 United. And I'm going to go Cavani.
You're Paris.
Same thing as well.
No, because I'm looking at my bets. I've done a scorecast for all the Premier League games, so I'm going off what I already put down anyway.
Prove it. Share your screen there.
I did the opposite. I say results and then put something else in.
Yeah.
Now what do you reckon score prediction?
I'm going to go 1-0 United, and I will go Rashford.
Nice. I'm going to say 2-1 to Arsenal, and I'm going to say Saka to score. I think they're going to beat them. Lads, we'll move on to the next game. On to Southampton versus Aston Villa. Southampton 8-5. The draw is 5-2, and Villa are 8-5 as well. Also, lads, an interesting one here. Obviously, Southampton coming off the 3-1 loss against Arsenal. They've had 3 difficult games. The last 3 games they've had Liverpool, Leicester, and Arsenal. Liverpool, Leicester, and Arsenal. Yeah. Do you reckon if you had offered them 3 points at the start of them 3 games, you would have taken it, considering it would be a draw game, you'd call it? I don't know whether they expected much more out of it, or I wouldn't have said they would have expected much more out of it. Lads, I get Villa as well. The 3-2 loss against Burnley. We're not going to spend long on this one because it's a shit game. I'm just going to get a quick score predictions of this. So I'm going to run through. Connor, you have nothing to say, just say it there and throw it in.
Don't have to say, just say it.
If you have nothing to say it, and then we'll give you a score.
Villa disappointed last night. They had their game wrapped up twice and they fucking blew it. Let it slip. I think it'll be a good game at the weekend. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. Both of them seem to, Southampton not really, but Villa are in good scoring form, but they're also in good conceding form. I will go 3-2 Villa, Jack Grealish.
Okay. Lads, just for the record, I've made contact with John Terry and he could potentially be coming on the podcast. Water, what do you reckon? Score prediction?
Just dropping it in there.
I think this will actually be a good game. They're kind of 2 evenly matched teams. Like Southampton aren't a bad team by any means. Probably Villa just have a little bit more going forward. I'm going to go with 3-2 Villa. And then we'll go with Grealish free kick.
Did that not just happen 2 seconds ago?
Are you kidding me? Whatever them 2-0 United, but 3-2 on Grealish.
Connor literally just said 3-2 to Villa with Grealish to score.
Yeah.
A free kick. Free kick.
I said free kick. That's a differentiating factor.
Right. Okay. Lalo, what you reckon?
Oh, I don't know actually. You know, it's, I'm going to say a 2-all draw. With Ollie Watkins to bag one.
Fair enough. Man?
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. A few goals. I am going to go 2-all. And probably go Ollie Watkins. No, I'm joking.
He's not. He had no idea.
No, I listened to the whole thing saying I'm going to copy exactly what he said there. No, I am going to go 2-all, but I will go Danny Ings.
Sorry, just for anyone that is watching on Facebook or anything like that, if you want to send in your score predictions as we're talking about, I know we're a bit far down there. Yeah, we'll read them out. I'm gonna say a 1-all draw here, and I'm gonna go with
2-all draw.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. Who am I gonna go with?
Wally Watkins.
He wants to say 3-2.
3-1. It's going to be called back. It'll be called back for handball. Firmino handled it at the halfway line.
It's not 3-1 then. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say Danny Ings to score. Right, lads, we move on to the next one, and we are on to the Sunday games.
Let's talk about this.
Here we go. It's what we waited for.
Crying Frank Lampard.
Right. I'm gonna just say what I have to say, right, and then I'm gonna forget to say a lot of what I want to say about this, but I know when I watch it back and I'll say to myself, "Fuck, I should have said this," but I'm just gonna throw out my opinion on what happened here, and I think it's a fucking disgrace that he's after getting sacked. First of all, he's there. This is 2 seasons. Lads, you can say what you need to say at the end, right? So the don't links, so there's no point. 2 years he's been at the fucking club. Not even 2 years. First year, comes in, can't sign anybody. comes in with a young team, loses one of the best players in the world, Ed Hazard, has to build a team from a bunch of children and does it and gets fucking Champions League football for the club. Gets to the FA Cup final. Didn't win it. Fair enough. Happens cup final. Anybody can win it. Next year, goes on a fucking 17-game unbeaten run. Like, he had a bad result, a bad few results in fairness. Like, they weren't great. He wasn't getting 3 points. But that was a span of one fucking month. So everything that he done, like the owner must be fucking like. I've never been as pissed off about a manager being sacked. Not since Mourinho got sacked. And like, it was so fucking, like, I was pissed off, and I was pissed off for the whole day. And I was like, I think who did I see? Seeing somebody, and they were like, they knew straight away I was fucking pissed off. They didn't even comment about it, because I think they just gave me fucking a bit. Like, I was fucking so pissed off about this. I think it's a shocking decision. I think it shows that the manager or the owner has no desire for fucking any future in the club. He wants instant success. He wants to win trophies. Fair enough, we all do. But when you have a fucking team that their average age is probably 23, 24, obviously Thiago Silva bringing it up, but like, how can you sack a manager like that? It just does not fucking make sense. I don't see how they could sack him so quickly. Or I don't know.
The average age of the Chelsea squad is over 26, just so you can have it there.
Like, I did say
so it's not 22 or 23.
Yeah, but I said Thiago Silva would have brought it up. So
no, yeah, but just saying it's not that.
Yeah, but it's still young compared to what most teams are. So I go through the Mount. So Mount didn't start with fucking Tuchel.
The average age of Liverpool is 25.
Now, for the record, I actually do like Tuchel as a manager, or Tuchel, or whatever the fuck, I don't know how he even says his name, but I actually do like him as a manager. I actually like him as a person as well. I think he has a bit of character about him. But the average
age of City is 25.
I don't care. I'm not fucking talking about Chelsea. Like, it's just so fucking frustrating. It just angers me. So we're moving on to this. What's going to happen here? Connor, give us a score prediction on this one.
Oh,
you know what? Tell me what you thought of the situation the second. I want to know what you thought of the second.
He's a great manager. He spent 200 million in the summer, and he had a bad run of form. He's not in the top 4. It's Chelsea Football Club, regardless of who the manager is. Did he deserve to go? No. Was he going to go on the same way every other Chelsea manager has in the last 15 years? Yeah. So, by that logic, he deserved to go.
We didn't deserve to go. I can't let you phrase it like that. He didn't deserve to go.
Well, no, but Avram Grant didn't deserve to go. Roberto Di Matteo didn't deserve to go. They
don't deserve to go. So
no, that's what I'm saying. But by Chelsea logic, if you're going to rate all those managers, you should be as upset about those managers being sacked as Frank Lampard. They don't have this thing where club legends get a free pass because the performance isn't there. You don't get a free pass as a manager. Great player, no doubt about it. Kenny Dalglish, great player at Liverpool, didn't get a free pass at Liverpool as a manager twice. He got kicked out when he wasn't getting the results. And if you're going off the way Chelsea's being ran at board level, that's what's going to happen.
I think what Colley's why he's so upset is because possibly when Frank came in and you could make any transfers, that this was an opportune moment to change the way that the club have been operating. And I think why you're upset is because that hasn't materialised, and in the end they've reverted back to type and being the same old Chelsea of old that has sacked managers on a whimper. I do think he should have been given a long time, but Connor's agreed with that. They just reverted back to type. Like Chelsea were top of the league at the start of December, albeit with several games in hand over other teams, which needs to be noted as well. They've gotten a bad couple of results. I think the players that he signed this summer, spent 200 million, that takes at least a year to blend. But again, Chelsea just revert back to type and sack. It was unjust. I don't think it should have happened. And I think it's your qualms are with the board and how the club is run.
Well, my issue now is, right, they're after bringing Tuchel in, and he's like, so his very first game, right, he obviously he's only had fucking a day or whatever training, so like, fair enough. He
hasn't won a trophy yet. He hasn't won a trophy at Chelsea yet. He has to be gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He should be gone. He should have been gone already. As soon as he even got into the fucking building, he should have been gone. But no, sorry. What I'm saying there is what was I saying there? Sorry, yeah. So in terms of like what Lampard was trying to achieve in the future, like he's after coming in now, right? And he knows that if he doesn't get instant success, he's gone. He's got a year or two now. Like, one, the board are going to have to do it because of what they've done to Lampard. Two, the Chelsea fans won't allow it because they'll, as soon as they're back in the stadium, they'll make it known that, like, if they're not getting instant success, if this is what we're going to do for the next fucking 20 years, if it's not instant success every fucking time there's a new manager, we're going to call for the manager's head, and that's a fucking fact.
But it's been like that.
If Chelsea are doing well by the time the fans come back in, Frank will be forgotten. Football's fickle.
It is obviously, and the fans are gonna be always be fans. They're gonna support it, but like it's a sour taste. Like as a fucking diehard Chelsea fan, like it is a fucking sour taste. Like I'm going on like the Instagram page of Chelsea and all, and I'm seeing all these comments from people, and it fucking makes me fucking sick when I see some of them that I'm reading out. Like it's like Lamp should have went and all this shit. Like nobody sees the bigger picture. Like they all want.
Maybe those people live in London and are season ticket holders and go to the games and they can't.
No, they're not.
Collie, the one thing I have to ask is, like, this whole time, correct me if I'm wrong, have you once said anything about the players?
Yeah.
Last
week's podcast?
Okay, I didn't hear.
I slated Reece James. I slated fucking Chilwell. I said Thiago's still one of the best centre halves in the world, and I'm still saying it again. There's definitely there's a serious lack of creativity going forward. Like
it's not about just their technical ability. It's them giving a bollocks. Like if they fucking want
the younger lads do, and this is why I have the issue now, because he's after coming in. So Tuchel's after coming in. He's after dropping Reece James. He's after dropping Tammy Abraham. He's after dropping Mason Mount. He's after dropping Kurt Zouma was already dropped down. It doesn't make a difference, but now, the only thing I do like is he's playing Callum Hudson-Odoi. Whatever it is, so this is why I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt for whatever that day he's had training. He obviously sees something with Callum Hudson-Odoi to say he's good enough to play. So this is why I'm saying, like, this whole thing is now we're back to the same stage where it's going to have to be instant success or else he's gone again, because this manager knows that he's getting sacked if he doesn't get it.
It's not new to him. He's coming from PSG. It's in
there as well. New to him, but like when you want to change it, like Chelsea, like let's be honest, right? United and Arsenal obviously had the fucking two of the greatest managers in the Premier League, in Ferguson and Wenger. So, like I know it's the modern day football and it's modern day game. You're never gonna get that anymore. But like, surely one of your all-time top scorer deserves a little bit more credit than that for coming into the first season without being able to make a sign, without being able to do what he wants to do. Fair enough, he did spend big money. There's 3-1.
Mane.
Obviously he spent big money, which is fair enough. He should have had it, but he's got a load of players there, and people are coming back from the likes of COVID injury. Pulisic is only back from injury. Ziyech is only back from injury.
We can't blame injury, Collie. You said this to me last week about Liverpool. We can't blame injury.
But I have to justify why the team isn't playing as well. Like Havertz, like it's like how can
we not put it down to the players? You have to put it down to the players as well. Otherwise, you're putting it down to Lampard. It's one or the other. If you're going to say that,
the players, but they're after coming back and they're in the shit fucking moment as players, not as a manager. Like he's doing the same thing. Like
it has to be either the players need to fucking start fighting for him. If they think there's something, the performances aren't going well. It's like watching Liverpool. Like the players have to sort themselves out. Like you can put all the blame on the manager. The players have to take the blame as well. Lampard's.
I wouldn't want Lampard's hat. Like I'm blaming the players.
Yeah, but then you're saying that the players are fighting as well, and they are giving a bollocks. But they have to. They can't be though. If the players are fighting all the time, well then Lampard's got it wrong.
They're fighting all the time. Like you have the likes of Mount there, who's a young player coming up. He's fighting all the time. You can see he gives a bollocks. Reece James, a good player, comes up and he gives a bollocks. You can see it's the likes of fucking. I don't even think there's that many bad eggs in the camp. Like,
he didn't know.
I just don't think they're on form.
It was 8 months into whatever it is, 6 months, 7 months into the season, and he didn't know it's that best starting 11. He didn't know the best.
Again, that comes down.
It was inconsistent.
No, but that comes down.
When you spend 200 million in a transfer window, you have to know. I need to get results. I need to get Chelsea up competing for the league. Players don't get time to bed in anymore. They've come to the club. They're expected. Yeah, they should, but they don't. They're getting paid fucking 150 grand, 200 grand a week to get put in performances. They've been like Chelsea have gone and spent 50 million on Werner or whatever they've spent on him. He's being brought in to make a difference up front. He's being brought in to score 15, 20 goals. They don't get time to bed in anymore.
When he came to the club first, he was scoring goals.
And that's it. And then he's had a dip in form. But
yeah. And it's the same with Havertz. Havertz hasn't really got going. In fairness, like Havertz hasn't been a good signing. And he did have COVID. And like at the start when he came in, he looked all right. He was getting around. He was controlling the ball well. I did say his touch was unbelievable. His passing ability is very good. He got COVID, came back from that from 2 weeks out, and just looked like he was drained. Like when you look at Chilwell,
long COVID, Collie.
Lawler had COVID. He has to go back to work and be as good as he can be. What's the difference between him and the footballer? Go on, Lawler.
You can't spend 200 million and then turn around to the board and say, right, give me the 200 million, but these players need time to bed in. Abramovich is going to say, yeah, here's your 200 million. Get me results. Get us up to the top of the table.
Apparently, Lampard didn't know anything about the Lampard or the Werner signing and the Havertz signing. Just throwing it out there. I don't care. It makes no odds. Obviously, he's gone now. It makes no odds. But apparently, he had no say in them signings.
But hasn't Abramovich always been like that? Abramovich has kind of got in Shevchenko and things like this.
Yeah, it's always been like that.
The reality of it is like you spend that much money, you have to know you're not going to get much time unless you're getting results. And
I just think, yeah, but you have the likes of Chilwell there who's doing well. You have Mendy there who's after coming in and changing it. Thiago Silva's obviously after coming in. You can see who Lampard's bringing in. Like you can see Lampard.
If you had fucking Thomas Tuchel there, just forget about Lampard. If you had him there and he got that 200 million to spend this season, and it was the same results, you'll probably be saying, yeah, it's time to get rid of him. You have
not the situation.
Yeah, but you've got Lampard, who's a club legend, and you're thinking that's where you're coming from. If it was John Terry, if it was Lampard, whoever it might be, if it was a normal manager,
they sacked John Terry. I'm writing. I'm just fucking saying that.
He's never getting the job.
He's getting the job. If they sack him, I'm actually flying over and I'm fucking blowing up the stadium.
I think had it been a different manager in there, you'd probably be on the same level as all of us saying, yeah, he's spent that much money, he's probably got to go.
I think it depends. I know what you're saying there. Probably will be calling for a manager if I'm not getting the results, but I think it depends on the circumstances. Like I'm not fucking. I don't just jump to go and say managers out. Like I don't usually call for them. But look, we'll move on for this because we're fucking nearly an hour in now. What are score prediction on this one?
Oh, probably Burnley had a good result against Villa. They've been really hard to break down, and Barnes is getting a few goals here or there. So look, it's going to be a close game. Tuchel might have a bit more time to actually embed what he wants. I think there was rumours that he gave the players like a 5 or 7 second rule to win the ball back or something like that. So he'll probably look at.
Just for the record, on that game against Wolves, they had the highest. I think I wrote it down here. They had the highest passes completed in a game this season. He's had the highest. That was the highest since fucking 2003.
I think Lana's going to say this thing.
Yeah, still a lot. That's what I was about to say. Like all the passes in the world is fucking great, but if you don't get any goals, it means fuck all. So
the manager changed things.
I want to just say. So he had 78.9% possession in that game. The closest, the next kind of highest passing game from that is Man City with 810 passes. So it's not fucking too fucking spectacular when you consider how other teams are doing it. Not far from
a good training session.
Yeah,
exactly. He's manager. He's already doing that.
Yeah. Look, sorry, I just wanted to throw that out there. What did you say? Sorry, score prediction.
It's probably going to be 2-1 Chelsea. I'd say. Last goal scorer, let's say Ashley Barnes to make it squeaky bum time for Chelsea.
Right, Connor.
I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea. Timo Werner.
He didn't even play on fucking yesterday. Lana.
I think it'll be a tight game. Burnley have been playing well, but I think their luck's going to run out. Chelsea will win, and it'll be 2-1 Chelsea with a goal from Tammy Abraham. Might get a sniff.
Don't know who's there. Well,
I don't think he will.
Yeah, tough game. I'm going to go Chelsea 1-0. I think they'll just sneak it. And I will go. Yeah, I'm going to go Abraham.
I'm gonna say there's gonna be a big reaction here, and I think Chelsea are gonna win. I think they're gonna win comfortably. I think it's gonna be 3-0 to Chelsea. And I think if he starts, Pulisic will score. He played only 10 minutes right at the end, so he had a bit of a knock though apparently. So I was questioning why he was on the bench, but they said he had a knock. So lads, we'll move on to that. We'll go on to the next one.
For that.
I know. I don't ever want to bring up that conversation again.
Frank Lampard because he's a shit manager.
Sunday, 31st, 2 o'clock, Leicester against Leeds. Lads, 5-6 for Leicester, 14-5 for the draw, and 3-1 for Leeds. Connor, what do you reckon here? Leicester continue a good run here, or do you reckon Leeds might turn them over?
Vardy out injured with a hernia again. Fucker was carrying the shopping in from the car outside. He went, oh no, I take 2 trips. Now I can take them all in one. He carried loads of bags at the same time and fucking hernia. I don't know how. Obviously, they've played already without him against Everton. I think they would have been disappointed not to pick up the win. I know they play very well in the game either. Leeds are obviously going to concede goals to obviously whether Leeds can score the goals as well to keep up with them. I think it's going to be high scoring, but I can still see Leicester doing enough to beat them.
Yeah. Score prediction. We got a score prediction. It's not a bottle of champagne, Lala.
Yeah. Bottle of champagne. Celebrate Frank going.
Ah, fuck off. Connor, what score prediction are you giving me?
I'll go 3-1 Leicester. And I'll go with your mate who actually plays for Leicester.
Don't do it.
Barry Tillmans.
Melon, what do you reckon?
I'm going to go 3-2 Leicester. And James Maddison.
James Maddison, say right. Lala?
High scoring game. Over 2.5 goals anyway.
Nice.
I actually think Leeds might nick this and say 3-2 to Leeds.
Oh.
Rodrigo must have been listening to the podcast last week because he actually banged the goal, and they got goals from Harrison as well. So I'm going to go another goal from Harrison, and Leeds will win 3-2.
He's a big fan of the podcast, I heard. Water, what do you reckon?
I think Leicester are going to hockey Leeds now to this one. I don't think Leeds defence will be able to hold up. Let's go for.
Even without Vardy.
No, even without Vardy. I thought you said Farty. I was like, who the fuck is that?
I was praying he was going to put down Vardy as a goal scorer now.
No, I'm going to say Maddison. I'm sure he's been said already.
I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Leicester. And I'm going to say, I think Maddison actually, I think you could be right on Maddison scoring. Lads, next one is West Ham and Liverpool. 4:30 Sunday. 10-3 for West Ham, not a bad price. Draws 29-10 and Liverpool are 3-4. A great price for Liverpool. I don't think that will probably stay like that. I think that might drop a little bit after tonight's form. Lala, what do you reckon here? Do you reckon Liverpool are going to turn them over? No, sorry, we'll go to the two fucking Liverpool lads because we went to the Eagles last time. Man, what do you reckon after watching fucking being banged to that match there? How are they playing and what do you think they're going to do against West Ham?
To be honest, they haven't. I wouldn't say they've been great. Like Spurs have had chances, but they've kept Kane and Son very quiet.
Yeah,
it's much better performance. They played well against United in the FA Cup. Obviously, got beat, but there was signs there of an improvement. And yeah, Mane's missed a handful of chances again tonight. He's been poor. I do think that. I do think they'll beat West Ham. I think they'll beat West Ham. It'll be a tough game. David Moyes, in fairness, has West Ham flying. They're sitting fourth at the minute, are they?
Yeah, fourth.
Yeah, fourth.
So he's doing a good job with them. He has them playing well. So tough game, but I think Liverpool will just nick it.
Connor, what do you reckon yourself?
obviously I'm not watching the game tonight because I can't afford BT. So I'm watching Alan Hutton watching the game instead, which isn't exactly ideal because he's a dope. I agree with Melon. Better signs in the second game against United compared to the first game. A little bit more promising, a few more chances. Obviously, this day last week, very disappointed with how they played against Burnley because of the amount of chances that big Cocorigi had that he missed. I'd have to agree with Melon. I can see it being a tight game, but I can see, especially with Firmino scoring tonight, I think that's huge for his confidence, never mind anything else, because he's one of those players who looks at how long he's gone without a goal and it affects him personally.
Yeah.
Never a goal scorer, so never understood that. But I reckon that away at him, just trying to get a goal.
Just to cut in there, sorry, Connor. Matip went off again injured, and with Fabinho obviously being out. Yeah, he went off. They took him off at half time. And Fabinho's out for, I'd say, probably the next week or two, maybe. So I don't know if he's going to be.
I don't know about that, though. Where did you see that? Because Klopp said that it was just something small and it wasn't that major, like just resting him for it.
They said that he took a knock in training and it could see him out for the next week.
All right.
Took a knock in training and got Rona from it. That could just be, I don't know, Klopp saying it. I don't know, or the pundit saying it. But if Matip is out and Fabinho is out, you're looking at Henderson playing at centre back again with Nathaniel Phillips. Phillips on there at half time. So
interesting. Lads, what do you reckon, Connor? Or sorry, what? Liverpool, do you reckon like Moyes obviously gone on a good run with West Ham here? What do you reckon? Do you reckon they have a chance of getting anything against Liverpool here in this one?
No, I think they definitely do have a chance. The West Ham have a bit more of a fight about them, and fair play to Moyes. Like, I think his career took a big hit after United, and then he was at Real Sociedad, was it, or something similar to that. And everything looked like it was going downhill. I think he's revitalised himself a good bit with West Ham. And I think he came out and said it to the West Ham fans. He's going to under-promise and overachieve is his aim. So I was like, well, that sounds like David Moyes anyway.
Yeah, perfect.
I think Jay Lings is going to get the all 2-1 West Ham. I've been looking down on my hands to make sure I was actually doing it correctly. And then I was focusing too much on that I forgot the camera was there.
It's unfortunate we can't even see it on the camera because it's so bad quality.
No, it's good. It's good. So you reckon
2-1 West Ham.
2-1 West Ham. You got West Ham win. Oh, nice one. Lala, what do you reckon here? Do you reckon West Ham will get at now Liverpool this game?
I think it'll be a good game again. If those injuries are what Mellon's just said, I think Liverpool might struggle. Like, West Ham forwards are quite boisterous. They'll throw themselves about. It'll be a difficult game. I'd like to see West Ham win it. Will they have one eye on the Wednesday game against Villa, and they've Fulham after that? So they're two more winnable games. Their next two. I don't know if he'll change the team up. If he's going with the team that he has been playing, I think West Ham could easily get a draw and possibly nick this one. So I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw.
Nice one. Goal scorer?
Goal scorer. It's got to be Souček.
Yeah. Connor, score predictions?
Liverpool to nick it. Maybe not nick it, maybe be 2-0 up, West Ham to score and then press on. But I think it's going to be 2-1 Liverpool. And goal scorer, I will go with... I reckon I'll get a run the weekend. I'm going to go with Shaqiri.
All right, Malin?
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. And I'm going to go Firmino again.
Very good. Something I wanted to clear up before we move off to this one is something that Lawler brought me attention there. His brother wasn't happy that it was giving Antonio a bit of stick there last week, saying that he wasn't going to get the goals. I just want to clear something up. I wasn't saying he wasn't going to get the goals because obviously he had 2 and 2. I was just saying, is he going to be good enough to keep providing the goals? Is he going to be involved? I think, I do like him as a player. I think he's brilliant. I actually have him in my fantasy football and I've had him in for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So Just wanted to clear that up, though. I do think
Don't mind Mark Lawler. He's still counting all the times he kicks the ball over the crossbar as points as well.
So I just want to clear that up. I do think Mikel Antonio is actually a very good player, and I do think he's going to score in this game as well. So my score prediction for this one is a 2-2 draw, and I'm going to go with an Antonio goal. So how do you like them apples, Mark? Lads,
little lick bum. Just because it's huge.
Lads, we're going to move on to the next one and the final game. Brighton against Tottenham. 12-5 for Brighton, 12-5 for the draw, and 11-10 for Tottenham. Great price for Tottenham there, I think. Conor, do you fancy this price on Tottenham? I know they're obviously not doing too well there tonight, but against Brighton.
No, it's look, if you're going to take Tottenham over evens against a team that's since 17th, as you can see there. Thanks for that. I was going to say bottom 5, but that even makes it better for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. You can't turn your nose really up at that. Again, it'd be one that would I put it in a short for a 3 or 4 fall? Probably not. But would I put that in with the Wolves game in the 7 or 8 fall? Probably. It's I haven't watched the game tonight because I'm poor. So I'm not sure how obviously Spurs are playing tonight. What way they set up. They hung on to try make a draw. You know what Mourinho is like sometimes against the bigger clubs. That's what he prefers to do. But I still think they probably have a little bit too much power up front for them not to score goals against Brighton. I don't think Brighton have the firepower to do it back. So yeah, no, really good price for Spurs.
Just a quick comment in there from Mark Lawler, who's actually watching. He said Antonio will bully Liverpool centre backs draw at minimum. So he reckons they might even nick it. I reckon they might nick it as well. Right, so Mano, what do you reckon?
He thinks it's 213 to 18 is what he said.
Melon, what do you reckon? Do you reckon after watching Spurs tonight, do you reckon they'll have enough to beat Brighton?
Yeah, I still think they'll beat Brighton. Liverpool just kept their 2 main players quiet tonight. That's all it really was. Hang on.
Collie, have you got the Facebook stream open in the background?
No.
Alright, somebody does.
No, I think it might be.
Kieran, I just seen he joined it. It's Kieran.
It's like I just heard me like 2 seconds later. I was like, what is going on?
I'm going to go Spurs 2-0 for this game against Brighton.
Right, and score?
Son.
Lawler, score prediction on this Spurs game?
I think Spurs will win it. Not by much. I think it'll just be 1-0 Spurs. Højbjerg to get 2-2.
Oh, very nice. Connor, should you give me a score prediction?
No, but I'm going to go 3-1 Spurs, and I've got a coin to flip. Heads or tails, Philly?
Heads.
Heads is Son, right?
What's tails?
So
tails, obviously.
So what would you pick if you were picking heads or tails?
Well, no, I'm going to go off what you said anyway. I'll put it on tails.
What would you pick?
Tails never fails.
So you would
tails is Son.
So you would have went tails.
It's tails. So Son.
There you go.
3-1 Spurs, Son to score.
Right, I'm gonna say it'll be a tighter game, and I reckon a 2-1 win for Spurs. I reckon they'll just nick it. I'd say maybe in the 86th minute, and then just hold them. I'm gonna go Kane to score. Lads, that is the games done. We have this small little thing to do here. Give away a free football jersey. So this is a competition that was run on Instagram. For anyone that doesn't know, it was basically just freaking tag or like or whatever it was to do it. So we had a couple of entries here. So I have everybody pushed in here. So there's a total of 23. There was a few things with the entries. Some people were putting in more than one entry, which was fine. I said you could do that, but people weren't following the page and stuff like that. So they like one of the stipulations was you had to follow the page, and so I've just taken that out, and I've just said right, one entry for everybody. There's multiple accounts start kind of tagging themselves and stuff like that, and I'm not sure I know what's going on. So it's not fair on everyone else. I don't fucking take all them out. So I've done it as fair as possible. Everybody's in. So lads, I'm just going to click this once, and whoever it lands on wins the jersey. Again, they can pick whatever jersey they want. If it's fucking Southampton, they can pick it, and I'll get it from
Thomas Davis if Mark gets it. What?
Right, lads, I'm gonna click this once, and yeah, that's done. Oh,
Go on, Don Bessa. Oh,
Aaron Gray.
right.
Right, fair play. I'll be in touch with you about that. Right, lads, Aaron Gray.
Jersey, Aaron. It's more expensive than a football one.
Yeah, so I'll be in touch with you about that anyway. We'll get that sorted, lads. We're moving on to the next thing, which is Melon's moan. Melon, have you got your moan ready?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Connor's off duty, sir.
I have one anyway as a backup anyway, so it's fine.
Right, okay. A backup. You're gonna say it either way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, mine was just a quick one, to be honest, because it's about Revolut.
Yeah.
And Revolut's been a great app for me. Used it quite a lot. Figured out a few new things, including stocks. Won't go into too much detail because Connor's going to be going into his little segment. But I invested some money into my stocks. My money's gone up since. I've recently tried to withdraw that money, and Revolut keep just declining it. They're not giving me my money. I can't get my money out of them. I take me off that big screen.
Great
So you can't get it out at all?
I'm struggling to get it out.
Story really.
Phones is hard to withdraw.
Yeah.
So that's
Revolut have.
Is that just
they have a lot
the stock side of it, or is that actually like your money in general in it?
No, the money is fine. But actually, today I withdrew some more money that I had put in after what happened with the stocks today. I withdrew it, and it says it's withdrawn. I have absolutely no idea where it went because it didn't go to my bank account.
It's in your USD account.
Yeah.
In your dollar account on Revolut.
Yeah.
But anyway, Revolut has been an absolute dick to me, and it's holding on to my money. Declines every account, even when the stock market's reopen. It just keeps declining. I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to just throw it out there. Revolut, if you do want to apologise to Melanie, you can do so by sponsoring the podcast. It's up to yourselves. Whatever way you want to do it, we accept all forms of payment. Connor, what have you got?
Sorry. I do have a bit of good news to finish on.
Okay.
Gonna take everybody back to their childhood. I recently came across something quite impressive. The little match attacks are back.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Never went away.
I thought it was going to be a pack from like 1998. I didn't think it was going to be this year's pack.
I'm hoping you can find managers. You can find managers in these ones, so I'm hoping to find Frank Lampard for Collie.
Oh my god,
because it won't be much longer.
I feel like this is a setup. I feel like this is a complete setup. Are you actually opening this packet?
I've got actually. I got 5 packs. I thought maybe every week I can buy a pack and we can do an opening, and I can reveal until we get Frank Lampard.
Right, open.
Come on, shut up there, madam.
Let's go.
Right here, you know, I'm gonna open another one.
Open them to the camera there,
Yeah.
so we know there's no bullshit going on.
If Frank Lampard comes up, I'm actually running off to your house and I'm getting him.
No, rip it up in front of him.
No.
Eric Boy.
Gallo's gone.
Shut out.
No, not Van Gaal.
No Frank Lampard this week. We'll do it again next week and see can we get
Come
something.
back next week for Frank.
Fuck's sake. Right, Matt or Connor, sorry, you had something to talk about there as well, did you?
No, just a quick one as well. All the people who were caught in Dublin Airport coming back from Lanzarote this week. One, I didn't know we were allowed to do that, because if I knew that, I probably would have went myself. I was told, like, you can't go inside a 5K. I was like, people are still going to the airport, they're still flying away, they're letting them do it, and they're letting them back in. That's bullshit. So fair play to you for thinking about it, and why did I find out about it?
Yeah.
And that's like all I really had to moan about. Really was the fact that other people thought of this and I didn't, and they've come back in, and people have been really angry about it, but no one's actually done anything about it.
Yeah, that's true. Can't do anything about it. Sorry, Marcus just said, he's going into his the stocks there. He's saying AMC going to the moon, hold it. So that's right. I'll go to stop sharing that. Sorry, I'm just fucking don't know what's going to happen here. Right, right. So that's your moans done, lads. Nothing else to add there. Connor or Water or Lawler, do you have a moan there? You need to get off your chest.
No, I think I've complained enough about Man United tonight.
I'll reiterate Connor's moan there. That just winds me up. But
well, I don't even live here.
No, but they do the same here. Like fucking off to do. Did you see your one? This morning. Absolutely. Actually, like it's essentially.
One job is to cheer people up or something.
Oh, that's just me and the camel there. Yeah, I guess I've got a couple of those. I need to motivate people. You know, if I'm just sitting down and being lazy. Also, the fact that I can't leave my house right now is because I'm sitting down and being lazy. No, it's because I'm not meant to leave my fucking house, you stupid. Oh, she's an oxygen thief.
You should rename this Lana Loses It.
That's actually sorry. I gotta just mention that we are gonna come up with a segment for each person, like for each week. So we have War. We're gonna come up with something for War and Lawler as well. So.
Oh, actually, I think I have one because I can go on a bit of rant about this whole lockdown stuff, right?
Right, go on.
So I was stumbling across Instagram the other day, and I came across an anti-lockdown Ireland Instagram page, right? I recommend everyone to go look at it because it is the biggest bunch of absolute gobshites I've ever come across in my whole life. There was a thing about it saying that the virus is fake. The government are out to get us. It's this great restart, whatever the fuck that means. And I was looking at the comments underneath it, and one person was saying, it's all a hoax. This person in Galway got arrested because they were reporting that the Mayo or the Galway hospital was completely empty. He's like, the hospitals aren't overrun. And there's me working in a hospital Monday to Friday. And, and this person was saying...
And there's not a sinner in the place.
Yeah, I'm sitting there with my feet up all day.
Yeah, there was. I've got to the stage now where I'm calling the people out on Facebook. I believe you just took a screenshot and put it up in the thing earlier.
I seen it earlier. Yeah.
Some fella called Jeffrey or something like that, and he had said, what did he say? Can't remember. Can you remember what he said, Lawler?
Oh no, I can't. Well, I'll give you another one, right? There's a wall around beside me, and someone has written "Plandemic" right on the wall. Not only have they, but they've spelt the demic part wrong.
That sums it up. Like that
is what you're dealing with. Demic with a key. Like, come on.
So I found that one that Jeffrey put up. He said the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. End lockdowns. So I just wrote under that, shut up, Jeffrey, you cabbage. So I'm just sick of fucking seeing the bullshit. Lads, we're going to move on from the moans now. We're a minute 20 in, so we're going to fly through the next bit. So on to this one, which isn't going to get any fucking shorter. Connor's Crypto Corner. Connor, we've had some fucking serious stuff going on today. Let us know what's going on.
I'm just checking the latest here because it's literally changing every minute at the moment. It's all over the place. Only the thing that I started this off, that people listen to the podcast and they were like, you know what, fuck the man, and let's go and counter Melvin. So I don't know, presumably everyone's heard about it. Melvin Hedge Fund had shorted GameStop because of new owners had purchased it 3 weeks ago by the name of the Cohen brothers, not related to the directors. And Melvin Hedge Fund decided they were going to short on GameStop, to which Reddit decided that they weren't going to do that. So Melvin had invested 85 million in the short of GameStop, and Wall Street Bets said no. So yesterday they took GameStop share prices from $35 to a high of $404 in the space of 12 hours. As of today, they've decided they're not just going to target Melvin Hedge, but they're also going to target Citadel and some other hedge funds and some other wealthy brokers in Wall Street by buying other stocks that had previously been high and they're on like a decline that hedge funds make a lot of money off of. The likes of BlackBerry, the likes of AMD, Nokia was another one on the Japanese exchange. AMC, sorry, not AMD. And they decided that they were going to try to throw money into these as well to stop these hedge funds making money off the shorts of these stocks. And what happened? Because everybody is panicking and selling stocks and absolutely everything. No matter what, there is only, I think, 4% of stocks that trade on Wall Street are up today. Jeez. And the other 96% are down because people are panicking. I am subscribed, or I'm a Redditor on the Wall Street Bets one. And I used to like look at it every like couple of weeks, and I bet into it today because, as Mark Lawler had said, people are buying, they're looking to hold, they're looking to say buy in the dip. So it's obviously dipping right now because they've blocked the purchase of these stocks in the States, but they're still open in Europe and Canada. So they're asking everybody else to buy to fuck it up. People have put their life savings into these. A couple of comments I saw earlier on was one fella had said that he's been saving for investment purposes for the last 3 years and he saved 15 grand and he's going to invest it all in BlackBerry. One reply was, you've been saving for the last 15 grand, you're going to invest it all in memes, which is pretty much what it is. And my favorite comment, I sent it on to you earlier on, was, this is a cold war and we're deep in the trenches. I won't stop until I'm eating chicken tendies in a GameStop on the moon. So the Reddit is still going strong. They are down at the moment. GameStop is still down 35% on its high from yesterday at 404. So it's still trading at plus 260% compared to what its flatline stock price was for last week. So at the moment, the hedge fund managers are still losing money. It has to go below that threshold for them to start actually gaining money. So the longer they can keep it above that number, the less the man makes money, I suppose.
So what's your investors at the moment? What's your portfolio? What's it up or down?
I'll get it up here now because I did jump on the bandwagon. I went onto the Reddit. I put in GameStop and I put in BlackBerry. So BlackBerry is coming back up a little bit. It's only down 15% for me so far since I invested at market opening this morning. GameStop is down 35% at what I bought at market opening. I think it's going to bounce back up though because I reckon the lads are going to win. Saying that, the only one that's been doing really well is Jumia. African Amazon is flying.
You are welcome.
It's down 0.5% today, but this week alone it's up 30. Still in on Nordstrom to 32% in the last month, and Lemonade is still up another 60%. Crypto has actually gone back up because of this. I think people are afraid of stocks now, and they're like, fuck it, I might as well buy Bitcoin. Yeah. So Bitcoin is back up to 27,000 euro. And so about over $32,000. Yeah. So I'd say the most stable thing at the moment, if you're looking to buy, is crypto, which is weird to say.
I've actually come out with 100 quid on AMC today.
I've also heard that the next thing that the Reddit page is going to hit, if you want it, is commodities. So buy silver. Silver has already bumped by 20%. What I would say is at the moment it's trading at around 23 euro an ounce. I would jump on silver, and I think that's the next thing they're going to go across because the commodities market can't be restricted like the New York Stock Exchange can. Yeah. So I would move across to commodities after that because the lads on Reddit don't seem like they want to stop. It seems like they have more money than sense, even after their investments have halved overnight, pretty much.
Yeah. Mal, have you still got that going there at the moment there?
Just Jumia, which I tried to sell today and can't. That's all I've got. I tried to put money into that fucking AMC or whatever it was called today, and I can't put money in, I can't invest, and I can't take it out. So I just called it a day, left it.
Now you know when you try to do that, you can put the money in, invest, and it'll actually just buy it when the market opens. Your money will sit there and it won't come out.
Yeah, no, it won't even make
No,
the
but-
order for me. It doesn't make
I
the order.
didn't see that when markets opened this morning. Revolut weren't taking money for AMC initially.
I got it today. We got it.
No, when if you had a pre-pending investment that wasn't taken,
Oh, yeah, I
didn't know it was going to open, was it?
Yeah.
Because it happened to me as well, so I'm kind of delighted because that fell by 55% in the first hour, and it hasn't come back to the same level as Nokia, GameStop, or BlackBerry. So
Yeah.
yeah, get into silver, everyone, and buy low, don't sell, hold strong. We're going to the moon, diamond hand.
Right, Rolando, on that note, lads, we're going to move on to the last bit of the show, which is the bets and the tips. Lads, who's got bets? What? You don't have bets, do you?
I actually, do I have one made out? I thought I had one. I can get it back up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, Lana, you didn't do it, did
Nope.
you? Melon?
No, I didn't do any bets.
Grant, Connor, you have a few there, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Right, Connor, what have you got?
I do have one there. Yeah.
I've got a goal scorer one, a 7-fold, 4 draws, and a treble banker.
Who's your goal scorer one first?
The goal scorer one I have is all the Saturday games in the Prem,
Yeah.
and it's sort of 6 of them. A fiver will pay back $5,000,
Nice.
and it's for anytime goal scorers as well. So in Everton Newcastle, I've done James Rodriguez.
Yeah.
In West Brom Fulham, I've done Abubakar Kamara.
Okay.
In Arsenal United, I've done Edison Cavani. And in Southampton Villa, I've done Jack Grealish.
Jeez, you've really gone for them, haven't you? What have you got?
Can I share my screen to do it?
Yeah, go on, yeah. Turn off whatever you may have on open there.
That should work there. Is it on now?
Yeah. If you zoom whoa. If you just hold your thing and zoom in, because it's tough to see. If you just zoom into your screen there, what?
Zoom in. Right. No, that's not going to work.
Do you have a little D-pad, mouse pad?
Oh yeah, I do.
If you just put 2 fingers on it and slide them apart.
This is like trying to get your nan on the Zoom call.
Yeah. There you go. Go right into it. Yeah, and then you can move the screen. So we can see it there now.
I see you've done yeses and nos.
Yeah, yes.
Of course. I always do it. I'm always doing these ones.
Right, so what have you got? Go on, read them
We
out.
can't see them, so we don't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to zoom out now. Collie's fucked up on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't see. You have to zoom in.
Right, go on, you just read them out.
There I have it.
And I zoom out, I can't see them.
So Arsenal score 2 goals. Man United to score 2 goals. Less than 6 corners for Arsenal. Less than 5 corners for United. That you get it at.
You need to pick the other two.
14-1. No, I don't. I can leave it at them. It doesn't have to be the. It just has to be 4. Yeah, it just has to be 4 questions.
Oh, that's
So
very good.
that's 14-1. And then in the first 10 minutes to be a goal kick, each team to have a throw in, an offside, and no shots on target is 8-1.
Give us a shot of those glasses, Lala, will you?
So
Yeah, very good. I'm liking it. I'm going to throw out one of my ones there. Jeez, I've done a few mad ones this week. Right, I've gone a 12-fold. Right, so this is one that I was actually doing. This is my banker. No, it's not my banker. So €3 on this. 136-1. Lads, whoever's watching this there, turn it down. Hamburg to beat Paderborn, Sevilla to beat Eibar, Empoli to beat Frosinone, AC Milan to beat Bologna, Mönchengladbach to beat Union Berlin, Munich to beat Hoffenheim, Dortmund to beat Augsburg, Real Madrid to beat Levante, Fenerbahce to beat Rizespor, Juventus to beat Sampdoria, Inter to beat Benevento, and Vitesse to beat Wow. So that one there, they're all pretty fancy. Like, I'd say that's actually, I actually fancy that bet now big time. I put €3 on that one. That'll get me back €411. Connor, what else have you got?
I've got a 6-fold here.
Right.
It's at 60-1.
Yeah.
I've done an early game on a Saturday, which I know I've crucified earlier on for. But I have done Norwich to beat Middlesbrough, because I think 3-4 at home is a great price for Norwich, top of the league.
Yeah.
Blackburn to beat Luton, Stoke to beat Huddersfield, Swansea to beat Rotherham, Bristol Rovers to beat Rochdale, and Crewe to beat Ipswich. And a fiver, I'll give you back 360 quid.
It's not bad, yeah. I have a 9-fold here, so I'll just pop it up there. So I've gone with a fiver on this one, 138-1, return €699 and 8 cents to be precise. So I've gone with Everton to beat Newcastle. I've gone with the early game as well. I've gone with Norwich again, like yourself, another early game. 4-5 is a good price. I can't ignore it. I've gone with Sunderland to beat Gillingham, another early game, 4-7. So I feel like when I've got 3 early games, it's not as bad.
Yeah,
it's not as bad. So them early games, I think they're well kind of pickable games.
Because what'll happen is, if one of them loses, you'll just put the rest of them back in anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I've gone with Sunderland to beat Gillingham. I've gone with Brentford to beat Wickham. I've gone with Swansea to beat Rotherham away, 11-10, great price. Oxford to beat Fleetwood. Oxford are in deadly form. Cambridge to beat Crawley. Solihull to beat Wealdstone, and the Oval to beat Dover. So again, lads, I think this week could be a good week for the betting. I'm looking at these teams, and unless we get some sort of shock results, I think one of us could be onto a bet here. So, Connor, what else? You have 4 draws picked out for me, did?
I've done a 4 draws as well, yeah.
What have you got?
So 4 draws, 5 will pay back 700 quid. So I've got Port Vale and Southend, Morecambe and Tranmere, Plymouth and Accrington, and Charlton and Pompey. The real value there for me is Charlton and Pompey, 12-5. Both have 2 draws in the last 5, and the last 2 times they've played against each other has been a draw. So for me, that's a 12-5 is a fucking cracking price.
Yeah, very good. I've 3 more bets, lads. How many of you got? You have 1 more banker, do you?
I've got 1 treble left, yeah.
Right, so I'll just throw out 2 of mine, and then I'll go into I'll let you throw out your banker, and then I'll throw you my so-called banker. So I've gone big here, lads. I want to try win some fucking money. I've gone with a 1,500-1 bet here, and I've put €2 on it. So I've gone with Everton again to beat Newcastle. I've gone with Palace and Wolves to draw. I've thrown City in for no reason whatsoever. I've gone with West Brom and Fulham to draw. Oh, sorry, no. Do you know what this is? Sorry, lads. This is my Prem. This is my Prem one. So I said I was going to do it every week and put €1 or 2 on it. So I've gone with Everton. I've gone with the draw between Palace and Wolves. Gone with City. That's why I have City in it. Draw with West Brom and Fulham. I've put in Arsenal to beat United at 9-5. I've gone with a draw with Southampton and Villa. I've gone with Chelsea, Leicester, Liverpool, and Spurs. And that's it's not too bad. Like, there's a few draws in there, a few dodgy ones. So that's just what I think of now. So that'll get me back €3,125. I'll try out 1 more. So I've got a 9-fold. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about.
You're banged on everything, aren't you?
Yeah, I know, they're in everything. 3,765-1. I've thrown €2 on this, lad, so we're getting back 7.5 grand. We're laughing.
If you get that back, we're going to Lanzarote.
Yeah, going to Lanzarote, all paid by me. Everton, I've gone with Sunderland. I've gone with the draw between Carlisle and Exeter. I've gone with a draw between Birmingham and Coventry. A draw between Cardiff and Millwall. A draw between Huddersfield and Stoke. A draw between Charlton and Portsmouth. Oxford and Peterborough. Good few draws in there, lads. But if that one comes off, we'll be fucking laughing. Hopefully we just get no goals in any of them games, except for the ones we have to win. Connor, your banker, your treble banker there, what have you got?
Treble banker, 16-1.
16-1.
20 blippers on it. Wolves to beat Palace at 6-4. Fulham to beat West Brom at 13-10. And United to beat Arsenal at 7-5.
Very good. Don't know about banker though.
It's 16s out of a treble. Come on.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad price, but it's fucking dodgy enough. Like, okay. Anyway, this is my so-called banker here. I've done a
48-1.
We're fiver on it. But look at the teams, right? You see the teams, you'll understand why. So a fiver will return €249. I've gone with Sunderland. I've gone with Bayern Munich, Dortmund, Man City, Brentford, Hull, Solihull, Yeovil, Celtic, Real Madrid, Fenerbahce, Inter Milan, and Vitesse. So, lads, they're all crazy odds-on favourites to win. If we don't get any upsets, we'll be winning a few quid. So, yeah, hopefully they all kind of hold out on it. I've got one more here that I didn't know I had, so I'll throw this one out as well because that's what we're here for. I've done a 7-fold, €3 on it, 244-1, so 735 back. So I've gone with West Brom to beat Fulham solely because of the price. I've gone with Real Madrid, Fenerbahce, Valencia. I've gone with a draw between Kortrijk and Sporting de Charleroi. They're in the Belgian league. I've gone with a draw between Marseille and Rennes, and I've gone for Southampton to beat Villa. That one is purely based on decent enough odds that I think are going around. So that's why I've gone with that one. I think that is all I've got, lads. So, Connor, you've no more there, do you?
No, that's me spent.
Right, cool. Lads, I'm going to end the podcast here. We're an hour and 40 into it. So much for being under an hour. Doesn't really happen.
You had to start crying over bleeding Frank Lampard.
Well, look, I didn't. I'd say we probably spent fucking longer talking about United.
Dry your eyes, mate.
I don't know. Anyway, lads, I'm going to end it here.
Melon, watch the walls, will you? Fuck's sake.
Fucking ruined it. Fuck off. Right, lads. For anyone watching, and if you don't follow the Instagram page, Footballbets4u, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page as well, because that kind of helps us grow or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna kick Melon out of this thing now in a sec.
He's holding it justice for you.
Justice for you!
Oh, you fucked it.
Oh,
you fucked it.
I can't read above that level.
Just as well you're not a skill teacher, isn't it? He has it. Melon is holding the sign saying #justice for Frank. Just for anybody that's listening on Spotify. Right, lads, I'm ending the podcast here. Melon, thanks for joining us.
Cheers.
See you later. Lawler, thanks for joining us.
It's been emotional.
Connor, nice one.
Boy Silver, we're going to the moon.
Yeah, and Warren, cheers.
Been a pleasure. Enjoyed the mounts.
Right, thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you same time, same day next week. Bye-bye.